How's it going, everybody? It's Matt 10. Welcome to PES 2017. A demo, of course, here on the Xbox One. This is my first go, literally. Just did it this morning. Downloaded it. And that was it. So I'm pretty much jumping in here. I set up my settings here with Type 1. I'm going to do semi-assist, level 1, even though I've heard that it's pretty assisted. Through ball type, I was just looking. I'm just going to keep it basic here. Position guide off. Any of the guides, I like them off. I don't like them. I like the auto sliding and the teammate controls, because control their runs and then control what they do defensively. You know, to go in for a slide tackle or anything like that. I don't want to have to control all 11 players. So that's kind of the nice thing about PES. I remember PES 2016 did the same thing. And so it's been pretty solid. Here I'm going to use Boca Juniors, and I'm going to play against Corinthians, Paulista. First thing we're going to do is go into the game plan. It's asking if I want to do simple settings. I'm good. I'm going to just jump in, change some support settings. I like that there's auto change on the attack and defense levels. I'll have to look into that because you'll see throughout this video, I definitely think the computer may need some help in this. So here we just changed the support settings in terms of substitutions, change that. Match level, I'm playing top player. I always try top player first just to see where the threshold is. Sometimes superstar, too overly aggressive. Sometimes leaving too much space, in my opinion. So that's something I'm just going to look into. We're going to jump into this one. Looks like the uniforms are fine. Let's get into it here. So what I like right away on the Xbox One, and I'm sure this will be for the PS4, maybe even the PC, but you know when you're playing a console game, there's a little bit of motion blur, there's a little bit more fine detail in the resolution and the player graphics. There's always something that your rig, from a PC standpoint, whether it can handle it or not. And here, of course, on the Xbox One, I still actually felt like the frame rate was very choppy in some cases. So I'm not sure, that's probably because it's a demo, it's on the hard drive. I'm not sure though. It's just something to pay attention to. But what I do like is the presentation. I think PES has really stepped up their presentation in this 2017 game. And you'll see that quite a bit here, especially at the end where I show the entire highlights just to kind of see what it looks like. You always love the pregame. This is always beautiful to see. There's something about PES, so I always jump into live broadcast mode. I just love this camera. Right away, you can just feel how it feels like a PES game, man. But they've got the feel back. Like, it really feels nice. It doesn't feel quite like PES 16 where it was very high in the speed and the acceleration, the mobility. It feels very controlled. The players have some weight to them. And that's always evidenced by how the ball moves and how it feels when you dribble and everything. There's still some issues, though, defensively with the computer. Big ones. Same with the user is the flanks. The outside backs, they're just defending too far back. Here, as you get deeper into the defensive third and further in, they start to step up. But the problem is that entire midfield from basically the semicircle and pretty much to the top of the box, they're almost non-existent. So, and I know that's something to do with the attack defense level. It's very what's the word? It's very sensitive. Okay, it's like, okay, attack, okay, defend, okay, attack, okay, defend. It's not in between. There's not a gradual adjustment, and you see this right here. Even here I have to kind of shimmy out. This actually looks good, but you'll see throughout the match as it opens up. It opens up way too much. I love this. I love fouls are being called, very aggressive foul, mind you, and then as a result, it was actually a foul, a yellow card. I think it was a very risky challenge. It was nice. It was one of those where he could have won the ball, but the opponent or the attackers touch was really nice. Got past him. And so there you go. We get to try out the free kick. Here, I don't usually do the bend. I usually do that like after I've kicked it. So this time I just decided to, why not? Let's just get one on frame. And it was a good shot. Struck it quite well. It was a good save. Nothing wrong with that. And here's a big thing as well. See how the attackers are, again, just able to, meet the ball without anybody draped on their back. And the big thing as well that I'm seeing is defenders are really pushed back. Like, they really don't get out of their position, right? There's no sense of freedom for defenders when they're defending. You can see here even, I'm running way ahead. There's so many players. There's like 5 players against my 3 that are all dropping back, not getting the ball carrier. And there's another example of it passed straight, forward, right to the attacker, able to collect it, nobody on their back as there should be. And I don't know if that's going to be a tactic thing. I don't know if that's going to be a rating thing. But look at this right down the side. They're watching the runners. Look how they're turned around following the runners. That's a big problem. That's going to get really old really fast. Konami, if you remember PES 2011 when it first came out, remember the demo? This is what was going on. Down those flanks, players were following the runners versus actually paying any attention to the ball carrier down the flanks. So, learn from the past. Fix it now, because that is really one of the big issues. But honestly, and I'll get into this a little bit more, there's not many issues. This is really good, really good. I'm completely engrossed in this game. Like, I feel nostalgic, okay? It feels, I'm not going to say it's PES 6, not PES 5, not PES 4. It's more so like a perfect blend between the initial feels of PES 2010 mixed with PES 2011, and then a little bit of PES 2016 in the sense of player feel and model dribbling and everything like that. But overall it's good. But here, look right here again, running away from the ball carrier. It's because they're set in their position. Hey, I gotta go defend. The guy who or I have to go defend my zone, right? Well, your zone is not made up of the chalk on the 18-yard box. That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. Now here we go again down the flank. Look, the reason the outside back hasn't gone after the ball carrier or cut off that angle is because he's watching the other guy down the flank, hugging the sidelines. So again, that's another one of those things we need to pay attention to. Down the flanks, I'll say it's a very passive outside back defending. Okay, and that really needs to be remedied. I don't know how it was for the PES 1, PES Day 1, PES Day 2 guys, or even Gamescom. I did see a little bit in the videos that were posted, but yeah, look at this. I love this. Look how everybody, that was just an awesome, scrum and just a battle to get the ball. I was just button smashing, and I love that I can button smash again and not feel guilty about it, right? And let the game come to me. That's what I think a lot of people are talking about, how it's getting so good, because you've got this kind of sense of you're actually trying to score and you don't feel bad for scoring. So some of it, in terms of the attention to detail, you'll see, and I'll show this in another clip, but look how players are starting to run away from the ball. Again, that's that attack defense mentality. With PES, it switch on and then it'll switch off just as quickly. It's a like rapid attack defense mentality. So that's why I named this engrossed but questioning mentality. Okay? Because you'll see this several times, how there is an instant reaction, and it's not just 1 or 2 players, it's an entire unit of players. It's like if you ever watch Pee Wee soccer or youth soccer to kids or toddlers or anything like that, there's a ball, you get this big clump of players, their mentality is go get the ball. Well, in PES, their mentality is go defend or go attack. Go defend or go attack, and they do it at an intensity of incredible strength in numbers, but it's to a fault. it makes the game look really strange. It makes the, defending very questionable. Some of the marking, especially in the middle of the pack, oh man, it's good. It's good. It still needs some work, yes, but this right here is good. Have to face away from goal. That's a great sign. Anytime a midfielder has to have their back towards the goal, always a great sign. That means there's proper defensive pressure. That means positioning is on point. And that's always a big thing I look for in FIFA, I look for in PES, so I'm glad to see that show up. So overall, first half, really good first half. Really enjoyable. Like I said, completely engrossed. Really enjoying it. Again, first game of the day. I woke up, it's 8:30. I gotta get to work, but I had to get this video out. So look at this right here. Some really nice movements of the ball, kind of fast, a little clicky for me, but that's okay. I want a little bit more hesitation. Now look, 1, 2, 3, 4 players all the way back. Outside back is following the man again. He's backing off, and so he lets the outside midfielders do their defensive work. That was what was going on in PES 16. Okay, if they fix that, they'll really start to understand or really take advantage of this kind of engrossing gameplay. It's so much fun from this first game that I played. Really just a lot of fun. The feel is back in PES, guys, but it's not without fault. And so defensively really need some attention here. Okay, so here can do a little burst, but it doesn't feel like it's cheating like it was in PES 16. That's a super late challenge. I wanted to see, I'll say I did it on purpose, but I also wanted to see what would happen. I like to see the cutscenes as well. There's some awesome ones, especially in PES 17. Just amazing cutscenes. I think they've really, like I said, they've really improved it. Even the replays are great. Here, terrible tackle. I'll give you that. He didn't give him a yellow. I can't believe that. You think a ref would, even it out because Elias had his yellow earlier, and that was a worse one that I just committed. So, it is what it is. So let's look in terms of the computer's attack, trying to get by, but, I hold my position well, trying to do a through ball. They're positioned well, which was nice. Play it out to the side. I'm always a big fan of playing the ball out to the side, moving side to side. In real life soccer, you can't just go forward. It doesn't work that way. Defenders are way too smart. And that kind of leads me to my next point. The defensive pride really needs to kick into high gear. And it won't make the game a super simulation, I promise you. It'll just make it even more engrossing because of the physics in this game are so good. They're really, really good. Now, so improve the defensive positioning, the attention to the outside backs, and their overall, shift of not just the defenders, but also the attackers and midfielders. Change that shift in attack to defense and go back to what you learned in PES 14, shifting to attack. Use it or find a different way to code that and just minimize the intensity just a little bit, please, because that's really what's going to get it to play right. And so here the computer, good counterattack here. Nice little move in the box. I really, really love the slight deflections and the big deflections. That's kind of brings me back to old school PES again, like I said. Really enjoyable with that. I really like how it sets up there. And so here's the corner for the computer. Good control here. Couldn't get it. They cross it in. Nice chest. Just button smashing, try to get it out. Just clearing it, and somehow it deflects off my defender. Oh, an own goal. So I've scored 2 goals in my first go around, in PES 17. It's not the worst thing. It was a lot of fun, but you guys know what I'm going to pay attention to. Look at those boys in white. Look at them. Why are they running backwards? Look how they run backwards. The ball's not even 100% cleared, but they're running like right away. We got to go defend. So I had to take a replay. And this replay, I just wanted to show what their mentality is. Look how the positioning's great right here. Freeze frame right there is perfect, right? But now, ball's in. Okay, we've got control of it. Let's maintain our position in the attack. Okay, the ball was saved. Great. Now it's going to be cleared. Look how they all start wind sprinting backwards. You're losing 1-0. Why are you running backwards? And anybody is going to... I know a lot of you guys are going to say, okay, that's tactics. Well, this is the computer tactics, right? So what are our options if this is the case? I hope Konami just fixes this. Look at where these positions. 3 defenders in the back? Come on the corner? Come on. You never see that. And they're all running backwards. Come on, we can't let that happen. That's unacceptable. It's, again, that shift mindset. Attack, defend, attack, defend. There's no in-between in this game. So I really hope that is like the number one priority. Change, make the adjustment to the defense, outside backs, to be more aware of the ball carrier, the dribbler, right? That's number one. And then number 2, actually, I'll reverse those, because number 1 to me is the shift to attack to defense mentality. Just reduce the intensity by 2 values if you could there, Konami. Look at this. 4 defenders on 3 attackers, all perfectly aligned in their spot. Like as if, I don't know, as if they're playing, capture the flag and you cannot cross over. It's too much defense mentality, but it actually does the worst, because now it just sets up my attackers to just receive the ball and then wait for other guys to come. That doesn't make sense, So this was a good attempt. I was gonna say I like the replay. I love the replay. I didn't show the replay, but I like the replay, the broadcast. Of course, you guys know how I feel about that. It's been really good, really improved. But I like that the computer shot from a different angle there versus just going at the top of the box and shooting. Right? He was well, out of numbers there. Plenty of defenders on him. So here's the attack again by the computer. This is a great save. I thought that would deflect into their attackers, but it didn't, which is fine. Which was nice to see a save, right at the keeper. That was good. Now here we go again. I chose not to sprint, even though I knew I could, and that's kind of like, I think somebody had wrote that on EvaWeb. Banksy, awesome guy, really knows his stuff, of course. He talked about how you should play the right way. But I guess if the way that you play is the right way, and the game gives you these attempts to be created because of all the space that's given, I mean, what can you do? In real life, a footballer is not going to just, all this open space, I'm going to turn around and pass it because that's the right way to do it, It's a difference between game exploit and actual real-life football exploit, right? Exploiting a defense is different than exploiting a video game. And so that's kind of what I've seen a couple times here. I didn't make a mention of the header from Tevez earlier. I thought that was amazing. Save animation, great to see. I think it went through the top of the net, though. I'm not going to be too nitpicky about that. I know animations are going to be, one of those things. But I was, speaking of animations, like I said, there's been some really great ones. Haven't seen too many canned animations. It feels very, very strong, very reactive to what's going on the pitch. I really like that. Like I said, I think that's kind of why this game feels really old school and really nice with the graphical increase. It's really nice. So as we get deeper into the match, you can see the computer switching it up, more long balls over the top, trying to break me down. I'm a decent defender, I would say. First time ever playing PES on my Xbox One. My Xbox One has had no time or anything. Look here again. Defenders are backing off as if there's like 6 guys in attack when there's only 2 right there running at them. A coach would never allow that to happen. A 2 on, 2 attackers and 6 defenders. Come on now. I'm not saying there's 6 defenders in the formation, but it's like that. That's what it feels like with that openness. So I think that's where that space comes from. And it's really that shift to attack, that shifting mentality of attack, defend, attack, defend. Once that's remedied, oh man, I can't imagine what a game we're going to have. I love here that the computer's starting to pressure a little bit, but look how many defenders. Look how many defenders are there. 1, 2, 3. Defenders in the white, by the way. The ones to attack, I would think they'd put an additional push there or something. But again, I've said my piece. I hope somebody's listening out there that can look into this attack, defend, shifting mentality. It really needs to be fixed. Please fix it, okay? What I will say, it's super engrossing. This is a lot of fun. Had a blast playing this game. I love these highlights. This is like taking a page out of NBA 2K, with the little the lower contrast, right, and the nice little animations of kind of really showing the beauty of the graphics and kind of just what happens on the pitch, different angles and everything. I love this presentation, showing some really, fun things that you would want to share with people, right? And so overall, how would I rate the demo from very first time? I'm not even going to judge it that much, but I would say fix those 2 issues. Right now, to me, it's an 8.5 out of 10 right now for me. And it's so much fun. It's really, really, really a lot of fun. But 8.5, I think, is a really good start. But fix the shifting to attack mentality, and then fix those outside backs to be more aware of where the ball carriers, and stop following the man running off the ball. That's not how this works. There's a defensive line for a reason. Players are going to get offsides, but you take that chance when you're a defender. You have to. Not everybody can be completely in sync as well. You have to look at the mentality of players. Bring back chemistry value. Bring back the mentality value that used to allow players to be more individualized. Not just player ID on the attack, but player ID on the defense, right? Bring that back. Is there still time? I hope so. But if there isn't, this is a great base to start from. We'll just see what happens, guys. Thanks for listening to me ramble on for this entire time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Can't wait to hear your thoughts. As always, take care. Stay tuned.